G'day fellas and welcome back to Viper Watch. Spawning in the west of the map, it is the Viper playing on the blue and gonna be going up against his opponent. You know him, you love him, it's Don Arty, and Don Arty gonna be playing the Rus for us. Viper gonna be playing the Holy Roman Empire. We are seeing it today, ladies and gentlemen. Viper has been playing all sorts of different civilizations. We've seen the Chinese, we've seen the Delhi, and now bringing out the Holy Roman Empire. Two civilizations, the Chinese and the Holy Roman Empire, currently considered to be the worst civilizations in Age of Empires 4, and Viper taking it to competitive and looking to secure victory on King of the Hill. So let's talk a little bit about this map, how this map works. First and foremost, there is a sacred site in the middle. There are a lot of resources in the middle, as you would be able to see on your minimap. There's stone, there's gold, there's lots of good stuff, but one thing to note that you will be lacking from your starting base is a reliable source of wood, at least in most cases. Viper's actually spawned with a pretty decent forest behind him, and by the same token, Don's got a pretty decent one back here as well. So actually, can we add up the trees here? I think we probably could. There's 51 trees in this forest, 52 I guess, including that one. How many does Vipers have? Well, that was not what I wanted to do. That's a stone outcropping. That's 60 trees. So Viper probably getting away with maybe about 75 trees. I think about 75 trees. Now you will hear that sound coming in. That sound that you can hear is, of course, the players chatting. Now we don't have any player chat enabled at the moment. We're hoping that we're going to be getting that through in the next patch, but we'll have to keep an eye out. Obviously, we've got a lot that we're hoping for in the next patch. You guys will definitely be familiar with the last patch, and look, if there is a sentence to summarize how I'm feeling about that last patch, let me just state that my disappointment is immeasurable and my day is ruined. Like, that was it. So let's talk a little bit about this map, the way that it works, what players are going to be looking for, the way that they're going to be playing. So we'll start off with Don, because Don is a known factor. He is playing the Rus. He's been playing the Rus quite a bit. And one of the things to note with the Rus is that they love to make hunting cabins. Now, this is a very good map for hunting cabins. If you're Don Arty and you could manage to put a hunting cabin in here, you can basically have enough gold for the rest of the game. Not really. Not really, but if you can get, like, if you can stick a hunting cabin up here, a hunting cabin over here, try not to touch circles. Apologies, that was a little bit of a burp coming out just then. If you can manage to sneak hunting cabins up here, and he is coming up into this direction, so he's going to know this is juicy, juicy territory for hunting cabins. There is the potential for him to have some wild gold. And by the same token, down towards the south, there's more down here. So let's see if Don does look for that direction. I would expect that Don is probably going to be playing a little bit more one base than normal. Even on a map like this, where it is a map that encourages the boom, I would still expect that we see that, but we'll see how we go. Going to be dropping the Golden Gate, which is considered to be the standard landmark for the Rus civilization. And we'll take a look over at Viper. Now, my suspicion for Viper is we're actually going to be seeing a fast castle out of him. So I've got a feeling that he's going to be going for... You can see he's got double prelate out. Actually, he doesn't have double prelate out. My mistake. There was a landmark that he placed. He's now changed his position. So only got the single prelate out here. So I'm expecting that he's going to go fast castle into relics. Fast castle into Regnitz Cathedral into relics. So we've got one relic up here, two relics down here, and the third relic is here. Also relics in the middle as well, but he's got a pretty good spawn when it comes to them. So we'll have to take a look at Don and whether he actually realizes that the Holy Roman Empire wants to be taking those relics. Now, for a little bit of trivia for you guys, Don Arty did actually play against the teammate of the Viper, Doubt, in the round of 32 in Genesis, and in the final game in their series, which Don Arty won, taking the series 2-1. A little bit of a macro mistake right here. Don, wake yourself up, mate. Wake yourself up, Don. Wake yourself up, Don. There he goes. He's picked himself up. Going to be dropping down a hunting cabin over here. Never feels good to be doing that. Yeah, he's probably just typed in the chat, oh my fucking god, something like that. So in that third game, Don played French into his enemy's Holy Roman Empire. So Doubt was playing on the French. And we definitely see Doubt Don not playing his best right now, it seems. These two players having a lovely time chatting to each other. But now going to be looking for that age up. Archon Chapel going down with 3-4 villages here. And so now that that Don knows, because Don played against Doubt's Holy Roman Empire, and one of the things he actually did was he very intentionally looked after the relics. So I was a little bit concerned with Don's game knowledge, but he did know that against the Holy Roman Empire, he needed to deny those relics. So whether we see Don look to get out an early stable and look to just sort of camp, I wouldn't be surprised if he gets just, you know, one stable out, sends one knight up here, one knight to here, one knight down this way, and then just one knight over here, and just looks to guarantee that these relics are going to be you know, not being picked up by his enemy, because it really is so important that as the Holy Roman Empire, that is what you go for. That is what you look for. But who knows if that's what we're actually going to be seeing out of Viper, as we spot that he drops down that Archon Chapel. Going to be looking to get his Prelate inside and buff up all these villagers. How many villagers are getting buffed up right now? 16 villagers getting buffed up right now. This is a beautiful Archon Chapel, hitting this gold mine, hitting all the villagers under the town center, and hitting the villagers that are going to be on this mill as well. So very nice. Only ones he's missing are these two villagers over to his east. But Viper definitely looking like at the moment he is macroing towards that fast age up. So going to be probably dropping down the Regnitz Cathedral. So for anybody wondering what the Regnitz Cathedral does, it is, in my opinion, one of the strongest landmarks in the game by a country mile. It takes a relic, any relic. You deposit that relic inside, and instead of it giving you 100 gold a minute, it doesn't give you 200 gold a minute, it gives you 300 gold a minute. So you can get up to 900 gold a minute, because it only has 3 slots, okay? It can't take all 5, it can only take 3. Can't take 4, can't take 5, can't take any more than that. It is not a mosque of the Rus variety. I'm sure you guys know what I'm alluding to when I say that very cheeky comment. It is a very special mosque or monastery. They can only take 3 relics, rather. And so we do see that Viper is indeed looking to go up for that fast castle and working quite well on his build order. I'll be honest, I do like this from him. In the transition period, I would like to see him potentially get out more prelates. This is the only thing. I think that the best way to play the Holy Roman Empire is to probably open with a double prelate start, which is possible. We've seen players like Vortex do double prelate openings, so I think that's going to be very wise. And oh, look at this. We've got survival techniques coming in, ladies and gentlemen. 3 scouts beginning to bring in the deer carcasses, so securing up that food source for Viper throughout this game. Very smart move. Now, probably obviously knows he's playing up against his opponent, who is Rus, and going to be doing that exact same thing. We take a look at the hunting cabin, and we've got professional scouts in for both players. So Don got this hunt, he's got that hunt, but he's coming for Viper's hunt. And look at Viper, so ahead of the curve, so smart. He just knows Don's going to be coming out here. Look at that. Viper is now going to be able to deposit these. He knows he loses this one. That's fine. He picks up 6 out of those 7 deer. And now he's going to run to the north, then goes up towards this hunt, and he picks this one up safely because Don can't get around there in time. And even if he wanted to, he could go and deposit these midway. He pick up those 3, move them to here, get the next 3, move them to midway, then move them the rest of the way to the town center. So really, really smart play from Viper on that. And you just see why he is considered the GOAT. I'm not even going to say why he's considered the GOAT. Why he is the GOAT. Like, it is just GOAT play right there. It is just absolute incredible game sense that he's got. So, Regnitz Cathedral now coming up. Now, one of the things to note is I think there's only 1 prelate out at the moment. So, what Viper ideally wants to do is, as he is aging up, as he is hitting this age up, as it's coming through, he's got 1 villager up here. Now, he has scouted this out. He does know the relic is here. He's got 1... Did I say villager? I meant prelate. 1 prelate on this relic, 1 prelate on this relic. Oh my god. Bit of a tongue twister right there. And then 1 prelate down here on this relic. He has scouted all 3. The middle is going to be the hardest to take, but Don pushing in for a little bit of a potential 1 base fun. Still yet to add a second town center behind this, and really sticking to the 1 base. We see he's adding a second artillery range, a second archery range rather. But now we spot to the north, Don continuing to push in. Gonna look to potentially pick up a villager here as the first villager goes down. No textiles on these bad boys. Second villager gonna be going down. Don gonna be pretty happy with himself picking up 2 villagers, and look at all the hunts sitting underneath the town center here. For Viper, he's going to be super duper happy with this opening, securing up that hunt and guaranteeing that he's got a food source for the majority of the game. Prelate now going to be heading down towards the south, and we see he's actually preemptively scouting, looking for that army from Don. He's got a scout up towards the north that'll probably look to be shadowing up towards the north, and if Don is on the ball here, he will actually be looking to secure up these sooner rather than later. So that could even mean walling these in. It's a little bit hard to wall when they're close to resources, but at the very least getting 1 unit on each of them, because this bad boy right here, once he picks this up, he is going to be in Never Never Land. I don't know what that reference is to. I'm hoping Never Never Land is like a really good place, like a dreamland. That's what I'm imagining it. Maybe full of gold. Because that's definitely what he is going to be full of. 9 minutes 40, Viper's Fast Castle looking pretty strong for the Holy Roman Empire. A little bit, I would say that timing is very, very nice for Viper. And now having a bit of a tough time because his enemy is looking to begin surrounding him from all fronts. And Viper still yet to really secure up any of those relics. Now going to be pulling that in. He's got to be careful, though, because down towards the south of his base, he doesn't actually spot it, but the forces of Don begin to migrate, and he's got to be careful. Men-at-Arms now going to be coming out as well. He's got to be oh, no, this Prelate's walking into trouble. This Prelate is walking past trouble. This Prelate is having a fine time as it continues working its way back towards the town center. It's looking... Viper is trying his best to keep it alive. He manages to get the charge on it, losing a Prelate. It's only 100 gold, so about 20 seconds worth of gold. He's actually going to be losing more gold because he didn't get it inside than actually losing the Prelate despite it being so expensive. Villagers going down here on the front line as well. Viper having a tough time right now against Don Hardy. Don Hardy demonstrating while many consider him to be the Don. That is for sure. Now another Prelate going to be looking to connect up here. Well, going to be able to pick up that second one. He needs to just pull this Prelate out of this Archon Chapel and just bring in this relic. It's so damn close. Otherwise, I don't think the Regnitz Cathedral can't actually make its Prelates. So third Prelate now coming down with the third relic. If he secures this, the game is over for Don. The game is over for Don. There's no way one base Don Hardy can beat one base, 3 relics, Holy Roman Empire. If you can get to Fast Castle with the civilization, if you can survive, if you can get there, very seriously, you can win the game. And continuing to struggle on this front line. Viper going to be losing a couple more villagers here as we see the two-handed swordsman coming out now. The men-at-arms looking to connect, and so many archers now out for Don, but he doesn't have +1 at all on these. These guys have got 4 armor compared to the 5 attack of Don's archers. They're doing 1 damage. They're barely scratching them, and they're having a great time as this Prelate now needs to be actually healing up the units. And I think the Viper's actually in a pretty decent spot, looking to get the second upgrade. So going for heavy maces now. And Viper with a pretty decent army out at the moment. I'm trying to click on them and trying to get an answer. I think there's 2 inside. Battering Ram going to be taking down the first of the barracks. And I think at this point, it's going to be advisable for Viper to probably consider dropping at... Oh my lord, he's lost a villager, not just to Don Hardy. He's losing villagers now on the back line to the Bitey Wolves. If he could drop down a market, that would be very helpful. And oh my lord, Viper coming in with the clutch play right now, healing up the barracks so it doesn't actually die, losing the first Prelate. Villagers looking to siege up this battering ram. They do not need to do that. Get inside the town center. But now we don't have that +1 yet coming in from Don. And Viper looking very strong on the front line despite being outmassed considerably. Look how strong these men-at-arms are. They're barely even getting scratched at this point. And now we expect that heal to come in. More Prelates going to be going down. I think he's lost 3 Prelates this game. Don Hardy looking to do it to Viper this early in the game as we take a look inside the cinematic mode as Viper, it looks like he might be on the ropes right now, doing his best. We see that the Ram is actually on a very low hit point amount, but he's going to continue sieging it down. Men-at-Arms trying their best. And the question is whether Don is going to be able to take Viper out here. And I think the answer is probably not, as these men-at-arms do prove to be too strong for Don to handle. No +1, or finally that +1 coming in. So that's literally double damage. They have gone from 5 damage against 4 armor to 6 damage against 4 armor. That takes them from 1 hit, or 1 attack per hit, to 2 attack per hit. Incredible stuff from the Viper so far, managing to hold on this timing push. Don't mind me as I just take a very slight drink, because I tell you what, this game is getting good. Don now having to fall back as Viper really looking to make a connection with these early knights. Now, one thing to note, early knights win against men-at-arms, but early knights lose to men-at-arms that are in age 3 with double upgrades, because these bad boys do an extra +3 against armored. So they are doing 17 damage a pop here. You can see that Don is trying his best to pick off these men-at-arms, but they're having a great time. They're just doing damage on the front line. Behind this, Viper's held. He's happy. Don, to try and keep up with this, is going to need, at the very least, a second town center. He is looking to go up with the high trade house now. This is a misplaced high trade house. Ideally, he should have had this high trade house back here along this wood line. He does know it is here. It would be potentially looking at getting about 200 gold a minute for him there. So the equivalent of 2 relics. So misplacing that, definitely. Or even if he got it out over here, on this wood line, it would also be pretty good. If he was really lucky, he'd try and sneak it back here. I don't actually think he can get through there, though. Actually, can he get back? Yeah, he can get through there. We'll take a look now over towards the base of Viper, and Viper might be in a little bit of trouble here as Don continues to push forward. He's got a lot of archers out. He's got that +2. If Viper's able to get a +1, he is dropping down another barracks. He's got 4 barracks. He is going for marching drills. So not going for iron undermesh here, going for marching drills. A little bit of a mistake from Viper, I would say. I think it's definitely more important at this point in time just to get that +1 out. It's going to help you survive a lot, but at the same time, obviously, he's got to be cognizant that his enemy is looking to age up. And speaking of age up, ladies and gentlemen, we've got ourselves a little bit of a men-at-arms raid as they move in with their big maces and say, "G'day, fellas." Look at that, swinging. Guten Tag. Is that what Germans would say when they're slapping you with a giant two-handed mace? I think it is. Like, good night, right? Like, that's how it works. At least that's how I suspect it works. That's what I'd want a German to say to me. And now, getting off a couple of nice little hits on the knight as it begins to march past, and Viper with a scout in the middle. Going to begin looking to split Don, potentially. He's got to be careful now. Look at all the gold he's got saved up. 900 gold a minute. He never has to touch a gold mine again in his life. He's got 1,300 gold on this. He will finish the game with 1,300 gold on that. He'll never touch one of these gold mines either. That is so much gold. That is more gold that you can, like... If you are into handbags, I don't know about you guys, but I got a girlfriend and she is into handbags. She loves that stuff. She wants the Louis Vuitton and the Gucci. That is enough gold to buy you Louis Vuittons for the rest of your life, my friends. That is plenty of cashola. Now towards the south of Viper's base, we have ourselves another push coming in as Don Artie looks to connect the ram with the barracks, but keep in mind, rams are probably going to be pretty effective, or ineffective rather, in this situation as emergency repairs going to get dropped down on this building, going to be able to heal it up. He's probably going to wait till about half HP before he's really got to deal with it, but now towards the west of Viper's base, Don Artie continues pushing through, looking to secure more potential villager kills and managing to get it. Don sitting on 47 villagers at the moment, Viper sitting on 28 villagers, so 28 villagers might not seem like a lot, but do consider the fact he has got 3 relics, which are working out to be a very... So in total, that should be about 18 villagers on gold. The equivalent of 18 villagers on gold, if I remember correctly. I think each villager on gold works out to be about 50 effective gold a minute. And now we see that emergency heal coming through when it reaches low HP. Viper doing a great job there, really demonstrating his prowess with the Holy Roman Empire. Not forgetting about that, and Viper coming in towards the north side as well and looking to begin sieging his opponent and doing a great job. This is his victory condition, right? He can hold on here, okay, if he wants to. But at the same time, his victory condition is just to kill his opponent, raid them to death, and that's exactly what he's doing. We see the upgrade to Veteran coming through for the spears as well, and Viper going to be able to siege down that battering ram despite it not really being too effective. And Don sort of scratching his head and going, well, hold on a minute, what do I do against the Holy Roman Empire? I can't kill them, I can't siege them, what do I do here? Don, you got to get up to the 3rd age like you've done, but you need to get some crossbows out, my friend. I think it's the only way you're going to be able to potentially win this one. Don now in his base. We'll take a look. We've got no crossbows coming through for Don. Now, he should put 2 and 2 together. I am a man that knows that Don knows how to make crossbows. I've seen him do it before. So I would expect a bit of a crossbow mass to begin coming out from Don any second. 15 archers out on the map at the moment. No crossbows coming through just yet for him. We'll check on the production of the Viper and see where he's up to. 5 barracks at the moment. Just a single unit going to be coming out at the same time. He's managed to get +2 on his wood cutting. On his mining, he doesn't have any upgrades. He's got all of his upgrades except for horticulture coming through on his mill. And we'll take a look at his blacksmith. So it doesn't have that +2 wedge rivets, just wedge. Did I say wedge rivets? Wedge rivets. I think I said wedge rivets. That is tough to say. I'm just going to stick with tier 2 pierce armor. That is much easier to say. He's got that tier 2 pierce armor, and now he's going to begin chasing back his enemy, beginning to take a bit of a score lead as well. 500 score lead now. Don needs to get out those crossbowmen. That's the only way he's going to win this battle. He needed to get up a little bit sooner, and he needed to begin the mass. He needs to go full crossbows. But then the issue is that Viper is then able to start to go mangonels, and that's how he's going to counter that. So Viper's always going to be one ahead when it comes to him. As soon as he spots those crossbows coming in, he's going to begin dropping down. It'll probably be a siege workshop. We now see villagers beginning to move forward. You're most likely going to be seeing a castle get dropped, as well as a siege workshop. We do see Viper's got 870 stone. He's managed to just buy 200 more. He does have a market down here somewhere. He's got double blacksmith in the back as well. Market there on the front line. Going to begin capturing the sacred site and forcing his opponent's hand. He says, well, hold on a minute. You want to win this game, you're going to have to come out here. You're going to have to deal with my keep. You're going to have to take my sacred site. And Viper looking strong despite managing to go down in the early game, losing a lot of villages. And we look at Viper's units as they just continue to collide up against the enemy lancers and trying their best. These are only early knights, though. Veteran archers in the back line, and Don really having a difficult time against these men-at-arms. defend all sacred sites. An objective has just popped up on the screen, and Viper looking steadfast as he continues barreling towards the base of Don Artie. Don holding on, managing, and we hear some chat going on right now. I think Don realizes all of his villagers down towards the south have been killed. It's going to be tough for him in this position, that is for sure. So even though he lost the majority of his forces over here, Viper has maintained a lot down here, managed to secure a huge lead. Only 39 villagers for Don, and it looks like he taps out. Viper being victorious in this game. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're not familiar with the Viper, check out the link in the description as well as in the pinned comment. It'll take you straight through to his channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.